When I hit the portal, it was like, it was no brainer for me. I came here and I was like, once the offense was opened up to me, I was like, this is going to be an opportunity for me to really showcase what I could really do. I played receiver in high school. My Coach Shanahan offered me at JMU as a receiver, and then I ended up changing to play running back at Wake Forest. So when I saw the offense, I was like, man, this is really going to be an opportunity for me. But also had so much experience from playing 4 or 5 years on a Power 5 level, going against the best of the best. And, to being in the system, being as part of Bloomington, I was like, man, this is the best feeling ever. So, yeah.
We'll go Mason and Jack.
Yeah, Justin, I think you were the first commit to Kirk Signetti in the new staff here once you entered the transfer portal. Just kind of how expedited was that process for you? You mentioned kind of a lot of the stuff that made the fit right for you, but kind of how quick did that process develop from going into the portal versus choosing Indiana?
Man, it was really just about faith for me. Like, just taking that step. Like, Signetti, I saw how passionate he was. And it wasn't many guys. There was guys in the portal all over Bloomington. But, I was just like, man, this guy's passionate. And that's what I want to be a part of. I want to be a part of people who, when all else fails, they know, okay, you know what, if we put our mind to it, it doesn't matter what the record was before. We can change it around. So that was it for me. And when I met with him in that meeting room, the mom and dad, they ain't know what I was gonna say. They ain't know if I was gonna say, Coach, you gotta kick rocks or what. And I just completely just was like, Coach, like, I'm with it. I'm with the process and I'm with the transformation that you're trying to do here. So the quick turnaround was, I got right in here. I think I got here like on the 27th. No, everybody else got here like a week and a half later. So I came in early, brought my beautiful fiance, and I had a good old time. So, yeah.
Go Jack on your left and then Seth.
Yeah, I think you're one of several running backs that Indiana added this year. Do you kind of like that aspect of competition where, you guys have, a group of guys that could all kind of contribute and things like that?
Oh yeah, definitely. Just like I said, where I'm coming from, Wake Forest, we got a guy coming in from Michigan, and just how much attention he brought. Just kind of like, I'm the type of person that rises to those occasions to really see that more so as it elevates the team and not, how it's like I gotta slide away from it. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it was just like it's a great opportunity for me to go out there every day and just go get it. And I've always had that go get it mentality. So every time I go to practice, it's like, yo, every rep I'm in there, I gotta go get it because there's other people behind me that's trying to do the same thing, and there's other people that want what I have or whatever it may look like. So.
Seth and then Zion.
You talked about Coach Shanahan recruiting you at JMU. Just what was your relationship like with him, and how helpful has it been to have that existing relationship coming in here?
It was cool. He used to come to my high school. Kick it, laugh, joke. I didn't have a pleasure to meet Coach Miller yet, but Coach Shanahan, we kind of built that connection. So when I hit the portal, it was like, man, like it almost felt like family. I wasn't going nowhere. Where it was new, it was brand new for me. It was like, man, I know these guys before. They believed in me when nobody else did, and when I hit the portal and I came here, I was like, man, this is gonna be a great opportunity. And even still to this day, like when I walk out the sideline, Coach Shanahan still talks to me like, hey, make sure you keep pushing, make sure you're doing things right. Even though he's not, my coach anymore or wasn't supposed to be my coach, I respect him and I love what he stands for. So.
Zion on your left and Mike.
You talked about just the passion and energy of the coaching staff and how that really stood out to you. What about that inspires you and gets you going?
Man, it's like every day I think about being resilient, like detailed, and dominant. Like that's the only 3 words. Every single time we wake up, and like they've installed that over and over and over again. And it's hard. It's tough. I ain't gonna lie, it is tough. Your back against the wall every single day. But I feel like that breeds success. That breeds success just because you know that if you slacken, they're gonna let you know. If you're not doing what you're supposed to do, you're gonna let you know. If you are doing right, they're gonna let you know as well. So it's a great balance. I think the coaches are really trying to breed success. They're trying to breed be able to be dominant in our minds as well. So every single time I go out there, I'm like, man, like I got to be dominant because that's what they're preaching, and that's who I am. So it works out for me. So.
Mike and then Pete.
Yeah, do you have an idea of what their vision for the running back room looks like in terms of like this fall, how you guys are going to be used? I mean, do you feel like it's going to be kind of riding the hot hand, or do you think you guys are going to have kind of specialized roles? Like, have you kind of figure out what that vision looks like?
I think, man, we just have a great group of core guys, man. Like, we got guys who can do a lot of different things, whether it's catching the ball, pass blocking, running the football, making guys miss. There's a variety of things that we can do out that backfield, and I'm excited to see, how we can be able to translate that on the games. I'm excited. I played Wisconsin in 2020, so it's good to be able to play back in the Big Ten and play in all these different teams. So I think it's going to be really, really fun to watch, and I'm excited. So.
We'll go Pete, third row on your left.
Justice, if you can describe maybe your running back style a little bit, your running style, and it seems like you have a knack for scoring touchdowns. So talk a little about that.
Okay. I would say my style, I'm a downhill runner, but I have mastered to make guys miss. I've taken it upon myself to really work on that on the off season, alone time, wherever it is, to make guys miss. And even when I'm swinging out the backfield, I'm one-on-one with a linebacker. I know, okay, I play receiver, so if a DB can't check me, you definitely can't check me. You know what I'm saying? So just having that mentality every single time out there, and I ain't gonna win them all. I ain't Jesus. There's only one perfect man. But I had a mindset like, hey, every single time I get the opportunity, I'm gonna want to take advantage of that. So that's what I would say about that. What was your second question?
And you seem to have a knack for scoring touchdowns.
Oh, a little something, man. I just want to help the team win, man. That's all. I mean, every single time I'm in there. One of my favorite games was at Wake Forest. We played Louisville, and it was like 2 minutes left in the game, and I was a sophomore. I was a sophomore, and the only thing that was going through my mind is we got to win. Not I got to score, I got to do this, I want people to see me. I was like, man, we got to win. We got to do whatever we can do to get this ball in the end zone because ultimately we want to be able to embrace what we've worked hard for all those weeks before. So, yeah.
We'll go Daniel on your right, and then Zach G.
Yeah, Justice. When you arrived here to where this locker room is at now, where have you kind of seen the most, I guess, like the progress internally from the voice, the impact of really the whole influx that you've kind of had here?
I think it's pretty neat because we have so many transfers. So pretty much everybody's trying to get a feel for each other, but also too, we're getting this message pushed out from Coach Sinetti and all these coaches. So it's really just about just relating that message towards each other and kind of like having guys come along. I don't think none of the guys have turned anybody down. Like, man, you're not doing what you're supposed to. But I think there's a level of, telling everybody, hey, let's go, man. Let's go do this because ultimately everybody wants to win. We're desperate for wins here. We're very desperate for wins, and you can feel it when we're in the locker room. We can completely feel it, and I know that the fans were desperate for wins too. So I just think that's the main thing, is just pushing that model and bringing everybody else with you.
Go Zach G on your right, and then Zach B.
How do you, we speak to the depth of running back. How do you see you guys like blending in together, like whether that's like two personnel sets, and then as well as, do you see like a lot of your receiver skills being used?
Oh, definitely. You see that throughout the whole spring ball. But I think what you mentioned too is how we can be able to go one punch, all the way down the field. I think it's a variety of different things in the offense that we can use, different plays. Coach Shanahan, he's a genius up there. Just kind of like being able to dissect the defense and understand what it is to use and what it is not to use. And I'm excited to be able to use our techniques when it comes to run the ball and be able to run routes out the backfield and really go in empty, whatever that may look like, to be able to be very explosive. The point is to really be explosive. We want to have an explosive offense, and I think that's our plan. So.
Go Zach B, second row on your left, and last one to Jim.
Hey, Justice. You spent 21 and 22 sharing a backfield at Wake Forest with Christian Turner. I know he was here last year, and I know the coaching staff is different, but was there any interaction between you and him this past offseason?
Yeah, that's my boy. It was a privilege to be able to be with him and kind of talk with him before I end up coming here, and he pretty much told me what it was, and it was cool to be able to relate to him that it is a different staff coming in. It's a whole new team, but he also encouraged me. He told me the little spots to eat at in Bloomington, so that was a little cool to do. But also, going to the unknown is very awkward for a lot of people, and he just helped me with that process, is knowing like, hey man, like even though you were here for 4 years, man, this Bloomington is something special, and they really want to win here. So we connected on that level, and shoot, I still connect with them to this day. So.
Last one, Joe, second row on your left.
In those 2 years, like you mentioned, you had Sam Hartman giving you the ball at quarterback, and you're now entering, this is your third straight year with a third different quarterback. So yourself especially, how important is it to be adaptive to still be productive?
Ooh, that's you hit it right on the head, man. I mean, that's what it's really about. Just connecting with the quarterback, kind of being able to be adjustable. These games, a lot of these teams, especially on this level, they throw a lot of stuff at you from different looks and all different type of things. But it's important to bring that team chemistry with you and the quarterback. Me and Kurt, we really have building our bond together. I look up to him. You know, I have my beautiful fiance. He has his beautiful wife now, so we kind of have our little relationship going on, just talking about things and things like that. And we're pretty much building that chemistry. So, you know, I think it's going to be great because we're going to be able to adjust on the fly and be able to communicate with each other. When you love somebody, you can be able to communicate with them to have them do what you need them to do in pressured moments. You know, when it's 5 seconds left and you got, you know, Michigan. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's going to be good. We just got to work on adjusting and continue to build that team chemistry.